Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's video. My name is Neil Humphrey from Dreamtree English, and today we are going to be talking about how to learn English at home by yourself. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I know how difficult it is to learn a new language, especially learning by yourself. I know it gets very frustrating at times, but I'm going to share some tips with you that I use personally. All of these tips I've used personally when I was first learning Japanese. They were very effective and they really helped build my fluency in Japanese. So I hope you enjoy these tips, and I hope it makes English a little bit more fun to learn. Okay, so let's get into the first tip. Tip number one: use Post-it notes. Now I have this a picture on the screen of a Post-it note. This also has many other names like sticky note or notes, but usually in America, we call it a sticky note or post-it note, excuse me. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down the English vocabulary and you're gonna stick it all around your house. So if you're learning about the kitchen, you're gonna write down vocabulary, for kitchen, for drawer, for knife, for blender, for toaster, and you're gonna put this all around your kitchen. So every time you go into the kitchen, you have to read this post-it note. Now, once you get familiar with the vocabulary, this is a refrigerator, this is a toaster. Now you want to take it one step further. Every time you look at this thing, you have to make a sentence with that vocabulary. So let's say, for example, you have a post-it note of refrigerator on the refrigerator. So you go in the kitchen, now you see the refrigerator. Now you have to go, okay, you're going to make a sentence. Now you're going to tell yourself, I'm going to open the refrigerator. Or then you say, I'm going to take out the eggs from the refrigerator. I am about to close the refrigerator. So you keep using that to build to build your fluency. And now you're going to ingrain all of these vocabularies into your brain, and you're going to be able to speak a little bit more fluently because now every time you open the refrigerator, every time you use the blender, you're making a sentence with this vocabulary. Okay. So tip number one is to use post-it notes. Okay. Tip number two: watch YouTube videos on a slower playback speed. So on the bottom right of every YouTube video, you're gonna see this little gear bar. Okay, it's usually in white. But you're gonna click on this, and you're gonna see something that says playback speed. Now, all of the videos are standard. They're gonna say normal, but you want to click on playback speed, and then you can see there's different speeds. So if you're watching a YouTube video and someone is speaking too fast, you can slow down the video, and everyone and the whole video is going to be at a slower speed. It's not going to sound as natural, but it will help you with your listening skills just to slow it down just a little bit to understand native speakers, because I know some native speakers speak very fast. Okay, so tip number two is to watch YouTube videos on a slower playback speed. Okay, let's get into tip number three. Tip number three is to write a daily journal in English. This is my favorite. I love writing. And when I was learning Japanese and I didn't have any Japanese friends or any teachers around, I said, okay, how can I learn Japanese? How can I use Japanese on a daily basis? Well, this is what I did. I wrote a daily journal in Japanese, but you're going to be writing a daily journal in English. And all you're going to do is you're going to write about, let's say you're studying, if you want to practice your past tense, you're going to write about what you did today or did last week. You can say, today I went to the mall, I bought a new shirt, I met my friend, we went to the movie theaters together. Or you can talk about the future. So you're going to use, your future tenses. So you're going to write down, tomorrow I will go swimming. I will do my homework. I will meet my friend at the library. So, and you can even practice your present tense. I am writing in English. I am sitting in my room. I am listening to music. So you can use the past tense, the present tense, or even the future tense. And this is a great way to think in English. This is my favorite. Okay. Writing a daily journal in English. And tip number four is to talk to yourself in English. Now, I know This might sound kind of embarrassing. It might sound kind of silly to some of you, but if you really want to start thinking in English, if you really want to start, you know, making that mind to mouth connection, this is a great way to do that. So every day, just when you're out and about, you're going to be thinking in English. Okay. So what I used to do when I was learning Japanese, I woke up and I said, okay, right now, I looked at the clock. I said, okay, right now is 6 o'clock. Or before I would leave the house, I would say, okay, I am going to school, or I am going to work. And I just kept every day, I just kept thinking in Japanese. And, the more I did it, the more fluent I became. So when I met my friends and I started speaking Japanese, they're like, wow, you really improved. How did you do it? Well, it's because I was just talking to myself all day in Japanese. So, this is another way to build your speaking fluency. Okay, everyone. So, that's it for today. I hope these 4 tips will help you learn English in a more fun way at home by yourself. If you have any other questions, or if you want me to make some more tips that I use for learning Japanese that you can learn for English, let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to make another video. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, take care. Peace.